Hi, I'm Alex Wood and I'm part of Phantom Media's University of Derby Student Union elections. I am joined today by.
Hi guys, I'm Connor Hewison. I'm a candidate for the VP Activities position.
Beautiful. What drew you to the particular role, Connor?
So for my sort of 4 years at uni, I was always part of the societies side of things. I started climbing back in my second year to the pres of a society, and then recently I took up the role of interest counsellor, which I really loved. And to be honest, I think that's kind of that is what got me there. Like, I just wanted to go further in the job and help more people.
Brilliant. What's the primary aim if you were to be elected VP Activities?
I want to establish a greater sense of community within the union and within the community, like within the city itself.
Okay, brilliant. And what's your particular perception of the Union of Students right now?
They are doing the best they can. I see so much online where people moan about them not doing a particular thing, but they are doing the best they can given like the astronomical circumstance that we're in.
Is there anything that you would change?
In what sense?
In any sense, is there anything that you have looked at from this year that the Union of Students have done, or that you would change any perception of what other people think of them, or anything? Is there anything that you would particularly change?
Like I say, I can't think of anything I'd change because I think they're doing the best they can.
Brilliant, absolutely superb. So the first set of questions there, Connor, were just to try and understand and make people understand who you were as a candidate. The next couple are going to be a little bit job interviewees. How would you solve problems in a professional setting?
So it would depend on the issue that put itself forward. If it were two people who were having a particular issue with one another, you might want to get them together for a conflict resolution kind of thing. Or maybe actually get them to talk out what the hell is going on with whatever's going on with them, basically. See if we can get them to understand each other's viewpoints. So maybe they don't go off on each other, but they'll still disagree. But they're a bit more respectful of the viewpoint because they've listened to the other side of it. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I think that's a really good way of getting people to calm down in a professional setting. I think that's great. Yeah, amazing. So the next one is that a lot of this role, if you were to obviously succeed as VP of activities, there is your face is plastered everywhere. It's all over the place, whether it's publicity, whether it's photoshopped images of your full body in front of the university like we've had over the recent months, whether it's anything, it's all over the place. Everybody knows who you are. Is that going to be a problem, or do you think that's going to be brilliant?
I'll be honest, I think it'll be kind of nerve-wracking for like the first 2 weeks, having like your face plastered around the uni. Like, there won't be a point in time where I walk through the uni and like I won't be staring at myself. Does that make sense? Like, but you'll eventually get used to it. Eventually it's just like, yeah, there's a poster of me. That's pretty sick.
That's brilliant, man. I love that. That's absolutely exquisite. Yeah. I personally couldn't. I can't see any way of me dealing with it personally. I'd just get too engrossed with my own image. I'd have to stop and stare at myself every 5 minutes or something. It's just me. I'm a peacock at heart. We'll deal with it. But we move on, and we say that obviously during the normal COVID-19 and coronavirus situation, students have been impacted. It's obvious that is there. That has happened, whether it's the student experience or whether many students are still critical of how the universities responded to various COVID-19 situations. What do you think the Union of Students should do in response to students' criticism of the university and their dampened feelings of the student experience being ruined?
Like, we should take in what they're saying, but take it with a pinch of salt, because it's coming from this, like, I don't mean to sound rude, but it's coming from a position of anger rather than a position of like, I have a particular issue with this thing that's going on. It's coming from, I don't like the fact we haven't had. One thing I saw a while back was people complaining about no deadline extensions, but thank Christ we had a freshers. It's different departments, but people will look at the union as one entire entity. So like I say, just take it seriously, listen to the concern, because there might actually be a legit concern, but take it with a pinch of salt, because as of now, people are just kind of angry that the uni experience has been dampened.
Brilliant. And if you were elected as VP of Activities, what would you be able to do in this particular role to support that?
That is a fantastic question. So I'd like to, like I said at the start, I'd like to bring a more community feel to everything. So when COVID ends, because it will end, it may not seem like it will, but it will. Let's try and get some more approved venues in there, like in the list, so that then people can be like, oh, let's go for like a quick meal down at the quad, watch a film. Maybe you invite your society along with you, your sport, your student-led service, that sort of thing. That would be how I'd improve the student experience. Just try and get them a bit more for them. Try and attempt to get more for the money.
Oh, I completely understand that. I think that's great. So, what, as at Phantom Media, we've kind of dubbed this year the virtual year, because obviously we've been all in computers and all in networks there. So we have learned lessons. I've learned lessons this year. You've learned lessons this year. We have learned things through the virtual year, but in a professional sense and obviously a personal sense, are there any things that you've learned this year through obviously being all virtual that you would take into next year?
Honestly, I think if we could keep like meetups, so if we did like, I know a lot of people have chosen like Discord as their primary thing to communicate on. So you can still stream things off Discord while streaming it onto a bigger screen. So like, as counselor, I have to look after film appreciation, anime and manga, and currently Imagineers are trying something that will involve streaming. Well, I believe they're going to try it. So like, yes, normally those societies would meet up in person and just like watch a film or whatever they're going to watch on a screen in a classroom. But if we could like have them stream it at the same time, to that way people who maybe can't make sessions, say student parents and carers who have to be at home to look after their dependents, commuter students who don't want to be traveling back at like gone 12 at night, they can also take part. I think keeping the virtual thing will be very key to making the next year as accessible as possible.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Connor.